pollen's been getting me too.
This is on allergy meds. I take them every single morning in the springtime because I know outside is going to try and kill me. And yet, here we are.
It's still cold too, which is just the worst combination.
It is very
worlds,
rude.
really.
This is what we get for living in the Northeast.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, definitely that. Nothing else. No other problems heading our way in the next decade or so.
No,
It's fine.
no. Things are just, sometimes they're going to be hot and sometimes they're going to be cold and there's no in between.
Yeah.
Weather.
Yay.
It's a bitch like that,
Oh dear.
You know where they don't have weather?
Space.
Space.
Oh, they don't have weather in space, but they also don't have
But
air, which makes it
what's-
hard to breathe.
I guess there are like
What's
solar
her face
flares.
gonna do then?
Which are her?
The weather girl.
Oh.
I forgot her name.
I also
Is it-
forgot her name.
Diane or
don't
the other one?
Here's
Diane
so-and-so with the
Boyle.
weather. It's space. Oh God. Wait, hold up. I bet this is in my notes somewhere.
Did you actually take notes? Like those are, I shouldn't be surprised. Those are very important notes.
That's right. No, unfortunately.
We'll never know.
We'll never know unless we go back and listen
because
to
I
it.
didn't want it to be
Mm-mm.
canon.
Bad media.
That's right.
And welcome back to the 7 Star of the Right podcast.
I'm still scrolling. I couldn't find it. I swear to God, I'm gonna find this. I know which episode it was. I remember listening to it. I just don't remember her name.
This is session 92. How you guys doing?
Good.
Good.
Not bad,
Yeah,
not
excellent.
bad. Busy weekend, but good.
Oh, we went to a steampunk festival
We
yesterday.
did.
Oh,
It was
yeah.
so
How was
good.
that?
It was very good.
It was so
There-
good.
There's something really awesome about going to a place and being surrounded by people who are just so excited about one particular thing. Like there's just something very wholesome about it.
Yeah, right.
Oh.
And just there's something fun about steampunk in particular because there's just like, there's a lot of metal and leather and gears and like there's a vibe there and you walk in and you're like, and life was simpler and we didn't know about electricity ever.
So it has been a little bit because my travel specifically, but do you guys remember what happened in session 91?
It's actually a perfect chain of traveling because I think you are out. I was out a bit. Philip was out a bit.
Yeah.
Just
It was
David
a
sitting
solid
here by
month of
himself,
traveling. Yeah.
being like, where'd you guys go? We left him here. We turned off all the lights, save power, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
So last session, we definitely ended in a boat chase.
We did.
You did end in a boat chase.
We started off by talking with Roscoe because Roscoe had a tattoo of a gear
Yeah. And you were
on
very.
him. We decided it wasn't his chest because otherwise he would have to be shirtless for us to see it.
Didn't I say it was on his shoulder?
I
Yeah.
think you did.
Well, eventually.
His upper arm?
Eventually, it was a quantum tattoo. It moved around because it was just one of those fun details you give characters, and then you don't really think through
Don't
like this
attach it
specific.
to one body part.
That's right.
It's just like.
This person has a tattoo.
Look
Where
away,
is it?
look back.
None
It's
of
like
your
a
business.
little bit closer to the pec than you think it was before.
So yes, talked with him, got an idea that is a symbol of the Orsimian mining core. They do a whole bunch of work, especially tunnels underneath places, trying to connect all of the cities together.
Mhm.
So that's not gonna be relevant at all.
No,
It's
it was probably a neat little piece of information that
That's
you
right.
learned about the backstory of
It
this
was
planet.
it was a really interesting bit of world building. I think it was more than anything. It was just a really nice factoid. It really showed the amount of effort put into the world.
Exactly. It really added some detail.
Fighting
and
for his
texture.
life. Like, I think it was really, I think
Just
it
in
really
his mind, be
speaks
like,
to
get on the
greater-
damn boat.
It really speaks to the greater part of the world.
Moving.
So then eventually we got on the damn boat.
Got on the damn boat.
We traveled for a while. Micah and Claire had a chat.
Mhm.
Which I think the outcome of that was Micah basically saying, yeah, they're just kind of bad people, Silence
Kill 'em all.
Operatives. They're
Kill 'em all.
upholding an
But Micah
Unjust
definitely
system.
did not give Claire probably what she wanted or needed, but yeah, no, or
she gave
try-
her
trying
what
to-
Claire deserved.
trying to
Wow.
harsh. Trying to bolster her, being like, hey, fuck those guys.
Just freaking shoot
You can
them.
do whatever you want.
shoot 'em.
And murder is okay.
That's right. And then we got stopped at a checkpoint.
Yep.
Everybody was hiding in barrels except for Nona and Captain Dusty, Subtlety, Smokey.
Yes.
I still haven't figured out where the subtlety goes in that, but we know it's his middle name. And so that was a thing. We got found out kind of through means that are still vaguely unclear to me, but probably has to do with the fact that Nona is apparently secretly a psychic. So we're very excited for that.
Mm-hmm.
That's definitely what's going on. Nothing else there, like Claire using her powers or anything like that. No.
I mean,
Not
you
necessary.
also have metadimensional energy kind of flowing within you to make you live. It's something that Tony has remarked on as well.
No. Nona's a psychic. Nona's a psychic. No.
We just need to figure out what
That's
psychic
right. We
powers
just
she
try
has.
stuff until it happens. So we got spotted. They started doing that. Oh, it's just going to be a few more minutes kind of thing. Raised Captain Dusty Smokey's hackles, sort of.
Mm-hmm.
And so we decided to pull the trigger on the shoot everybody and run plan. We shot everybody and ran.
Yeah.
Specifically, there was a notable figure, an Inquisitor, who we did not catch their name,
Nope.
but we got their appearance, including the fact that they have gold eyes,
Yep.
which Jeff is very happy about.
Gold eyes are fun.
Gold eyes are fun. I'm not even going to disagree with you there. Then Micah tried to kill said Inquisitor, and the rest of us just sort of suppressing fired as we drove away.
Yeah, exactly. And I think Micah did actually hit and deal damage.
I did some damage. We had a little psych off where I burned them out of them trying to counter me, which succeeded. I've got very little left in the tank, but it was more to send a message.
And I will say that this is a continuation of the scene.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because, it's a boat chase. Like, that just happened. So you haven't really had a chance to recover just yet.
No, for sure. And those ones, I think we said, were expended for the day, that effort. So,
There's a couple that are expended for the day and a couple that are expended for the scene.
yeah, I took note of those.
Cool.
So
Perfect.
we should be set, but we're still in the same scene. So I'm
Yeah.
working with one.
Yep. And Nona did some fun hacking things. I think you even committed some processing power for the day to do some fun stuff.
That's right.
You made the car kind of just drive on.
It left.
Yeah, it left.
We don't have to deal about the car anymore. I was
No.
kind of hoping it would take the guy with him, but he saw it coming and got out. So
Took
Yeah,
one guy with him.
It
it
did
took
take
one
a
guy
guy
with them.
The less important guy.
That's right. A guy that may or may not have existed before, but definitely does now. It's like the tattoo.
Exactly. Just kind of teleports around as I see fit.
That's right. But he was in the car.
Yeah, I think that was everything that I basically saw. And so we start in a boat chase. You guys are heading down this river that, as you continue to go deeper and deeper into the continent, the two shores on either side of you start to get closer and closer as the river becomes more and more narrow. And Captain Dusty Smokey is driving like his life depends upon it because it does. And you notice, as described last time, that there are a couple of kind of runner cars, as there are not cars, boats.
Thank you.
Similar to how like a speed trap generally has one person kind of catching the particular tracking people. The other one kind of is set to immediately go after ones that maybe blow through a checkpoint or something like that. And these appear to be the case. Can I have you all start with a wisdom notice check, please?
Okay.
So both of these have pulled out of small tributaries off to the side and have joined the main waterway. There are two boats. What do you guys got?
Got a 9.
A 9?
9.
9?
12.
12. All right, Alex, you notice that these two boats are military grade. They appear to be equipped with some heavy weaponry on the front of them. You see a total of 5 people across these two boats, one driver for each, another one who seems to be next to that person who has gotten out of this passenger seat and has started to pass around to this machine gun that is mounted to the front of the boat. And then there is one other figure that you see, very similar to the one that you guys left behind on the shore, another clad all in this sleek black armor uniform you would recognize as another Inquisitor. And they are coming down at you all. All right, and we're going to need to roll for initiative.
Okay, so just for my own sanity here, and it's been a very long weekend. We got 2 boats.
2 boats.
We've got an Inquisitor. And then how many other guys?
Total of 4. 2 driving, 2 manning the
Machine
guns on the corresponding boats.
And this Inquisitor was a fresh one, not the one that I fought with.
Yes. In fact,
Great.
Alex has recognized that this is a different one from the silhouette as well. This one appears to be wearing combat armor compared to the other one, which seemed to be more wearing like a show uniform, trying to be all fancy.
Unfortunate.
Which Micah really made sure that would not be the case. You're not allowed to look cool as we
No.
drive away. All right. Can I get 6 and above?
8.
8 for Alex. Also, an 8 for Captain Dusty Smokey.
Good on him.
He's on his shit, man. He knows what's happening. Fully cognizant. That's how I would describe Captain Dusty Smokey.
Present of mind.
And
All there.
Completely.
Can I get between 4 and 6?
4.
4 from Nona,
5.
5 from Micah.
And 8 from Captain Dusty Smokey.
And, oh no, Claire, all the way at the end. Okay, so this combat is going to be a little bit different, similar to ones that we've done in the past as the chase through Breeze. Captain Dusty Smokey is the one currently driving. Everyone else can kind of do whatever they want. Like, movement is going to be contained to the boat. We're going to do this theater of mind rather than having separate boats on a grid or something like that.
You're not going to draw a boat for me, Jeff?
I can draw a boat for you after the podcast, Kirsten.
I'm going to hold you to that.
Then the
Dang
viewers,
it.
they won't be able to see your boat.
I'm going to take a picture and
Viewers
post
will never
it
be able to see
as
our boat.
fan art online.
Oh,
This
yeah.
this is the boat.
And so what basically Captain Dusty Smokey can do on his turn, unless someone else wants to take over and drive for him, is try and lose them. And that's a check that he makes against them. But every time he attempts one of those checks, he gets to add like a point of escape. And once either one of the boats gets 3 points of escape on them, you lose that particular one.
Is this
So we need
spaceship
a
combat,
total-
but for boats?
Yeah.
Kind of.
We need a
Vaguely.
total of 6 then.
Yeah.
3
yes,
on each
but-
boat.
on each boat.
3 on each boat, but like one check will, because you're making evasive maneuvers, and so
Oh.
it'll be against both boats.
Gotcha. So
Separately.
you can get 2
Yes.
points in a single go.
Yes.
If you do well. Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Sounds good.
Where did he go? He's going down this river too fast.
This river, as you guys start to get more and more farther into the continent, there are definitely various tributaries that are kind of like go off here and there, large enough for a boat to go down. Again, this is not similar to what we have here on Earth. A lot of these embankments also go into very tall cracks in the mountain wall. And so there's definitely, if you go around the corner, it's difficult for people to see you. And they're definitely trying to keep up.
Mhm.
Talking like fjords.
We talking fjords?
There's always a few.
Maybe.
Jeff, what we talking?
We're talking some fjords.
We're talking
Yeah.
fjords, we're talking cliffs,
We're talking cliffs.
rivulets.
Maybe some plateaus.
Oh,
Ooh.
Anyway, we are at the start of this. The boats are going to kind of move as one single entity, except for the Inquisitors going to do their own stuff because they got some special fun things. And we're going to start with Alex. But before Alex can go, Captain Dusty Smokey is going to say, "Wait, hold on there." And he smacks the side of the control panel that he's currently driving. And it kind of just flops down a hidden panel. And you take a look in,
Fantastic.
and it is a smuggler's hold because he is a smuggler, and it is filled to the brim with explosives.
Oh dear.
perfect.
You know,
You know, they always check the barrels, but they never check the console right here.
Captain Smokey
Now you want
Eyes.
to toss some of that into the barrels and then just toss those barrels over the side.
You
Give
know
them
what?
a
I
little
was
blast.
literally thinking this exact
I
thing.
misjudged you. You're rad as hell.
He can make some real like depth charges and make them blow them right out of the water. I got to do this though, and he turns like
It does a line.
really kept me in the moment, you know.
Dear Lord.
And he really punches on the power on this barge, and all of a sudden you guys are starting to move faster and faster than you expected this barge to actually be able to go. Clearly it was built for smuggling and then sometimes needing to, run away. And so Alex, it is your go. You can do as he suggested. These are effectively demo charges
Sick.
that you could put into barrels. There's a couple of ways that you could try and do this. You could throw the barrel and try and, do it in the path or do a bunch of them in the path to kind of slow down the the boats that are currently chasing you. That will help Captain Dusty Smokey try and lose them. Or you can try and shoot one of the ones that you have put down and actually do some damage to the boats behind you. So that is a alternative action if you guys want to take it. But we're at the top of the order with Alex. It is your go. What would you like to do?
So is using the explosive like a ready to action, or do we have to go grab the explosives up from like the pilot's bay and bring them back down?
Yeah, I'm going to say that basically your entire action would be one of two things, either putting out a couple of them as fast as you possibly can, or getting out one and trying to get some trained shots on that one as a boat passes by it.
Gotcha.
And given that we're traveling, I'm guessing they probably don't carry over round to round. Is that correct?
The depth charges, I would allow everyone to fire at one that is yet to have been exploded. But once the round has passed, you guys will have moved far enough past it that shooting at that particular barrel would no longer be useful. So if Alex does it but misses his shot, Micah, Claire, or Nona could also take shots at that same barrel.
Got it.
Cool. Yeah,
Okay.
I definitely want to do that. I want to set up barrels and make it as easy as possible for people to flip them over the edge.
All right.
However, whatever that ends up looking like.
Yeah. And so I'm just going to have you be able to start going. You probably have rolled over a couple of barrels and maybe tossed one in. Are you intending to slow down with these barrels, or are you intending to try and shoot one of them?
I'm just putting as many in the like I want to set up.
I see.
Like a floating contingent of a couple. So like one right behind us, one over the left edge, one over the right edge.
All right.
Let them,
There's no way to
spread. Let them spread out.
All right. I'm going to say you're able to put out 3 of them. And for every 3 that are there, that's going to make the check that they would make when Captain Dusty Smokey, which is right now, actually try and escape, make it harder for them to actually fall in line. So let me try. Let's see how Captain Dusty Smokey does. He is pretty good at driving this thing. He's been doing it for a while now.
I would hope so.
Oh, no.
No.
Okay. He rolled a 4 on the
Cool.
die. All right. That's not terrible, Captain, but not good. We got boat 1. Boat 1 rolled a 3.
Great.
And boat 2. All right. Boat 2 is able to keep up. That is the one that has the Silence Operative, but boat 1 has 1 escape on it.
Got it.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, because these 2, surprisingly, both of the speeds kind of cancel out. Otherwise, normally the speed would give a benefit to the person who is driving that particular boat. Now it is the Inquisitor's turn. And the Inquisitor is going to shout out some orders to the second boat, but is going to kind of crouch down into a firing position and start taking pot shots, and is going to try and shoot Captain Dusty Smokey.
My captain.
Captain, my captain. Yeah, they hit. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Jeff is like, who could have foreseen this happening?
And he's already been shot once.
I think he was shot at. I don't think he actually got hit.
Oh, okay, cool.
At least I didn't take that in my notes. So, but yes, he was shot at. That is a total of
39. Once
8 damage.
Oh, okay.
8 damage to Captain Dusty Smokey, who is not looking so good after that. So a ready shot kind of fires across the hull and hits him in the shoulder, and you hear him say some choice words on the matter. It is now Boat 2's turn, and they are going to start opening fire on the boat itself, trying to slow it down. So boat combat. How this works is normally the AC is 10, and then you add how much speed that you're going and how much speed they are going. Doesn't matter because they rolled less than a 10. But both of your ACs, the boats themselves, would probably be about 14. And then additionally, they all have some armor. So unless you're firing a heavy weapon at them, that armor is going to be applied to that damage before it gets taken off their HP.
Okay.
So they are able to keep steady with the captain and take some shots at the boat, but they all hit the water itself. It's hard to find a platform as these things are curving in between the river. Micah, it's now your go.
Okay.
We've got 3 in the water right now, 3 depth charges.
Yeah. So if I've kept track properly, I think I definitely, committed 3 effort trying to fight against the other Inquisitor. I think there were a couple for the scene of just like trying to initiate with them. And I've got 1 at my disposal, which I think is already being used for my armory.
Yeah. I was going to say, I think that's already being used because you kept holding it on, like you pushed through their static ability. And so you have it. And so it's not going to be able to be withdrawn from you. Like that ability only really happens when you try and use an ability, but the effect is in effect right now. And so they can't remove that as far as I'm aware.
That's what I was going to ask. If like when I fire a shot, that's something they can counter. Okay, awesome. So in that case, I'll definitely try and shoot at one of the barrels. It was boat number 2 is the one that's closer to us. Is that right?
That's correct. Boat number 1 has started to drift behind.
Okay. If one of the barrels is closer to boat 2, I'll try and hit that.
Yeah. Make an attack roll for me, please.
Okay. Not good. +9, 13.
Plus, you have +9.
Yes.
That's good. 13's not going to do it, though.
Damn it.
Actually, it's not moving. Normally 10 plus 2, the speed that you're going. 12. Yep. No, I was doing 14 for the other boats.
Not moving.
But the barrel's not moving, so it doesn't add its speed.
Ooh.
12 hits. Can you roll? I think it's 3d6, but let me check that real quick. Oh, it's 3d10. Look at that.
Ooh, that's a lot.
Yep.
Okay. 18.
Okay. That's 18 damage to boat 2. After one of these demo charges hits this, you hear metal starting to wrench, and you notice that the hull of the ship is very clearly damaged by this massive explosion. The explosion itself seems to have alerted the people on board that these barrels are something to avoid in the near future. But you notice that the speed of boat number 2 starts to slow.
Perfect.
It is actually seems to have been damaged enough that its speed is cut in half. And it is easier for Captain Dusty Smokey to, assuming he lives, escape.
Okay. With that being the case, would I be able to just like body block for him? Just like use movement to get roughly in between where they are and like give him partial cover or something with my body?
I was gonna do the same thing.
Can you? Isn't there
Great
like an
minds.
instantaneous action that you can just put up a wall or so? Oh, you don't have enough thing.
That's right.
I could drop my armory, but also, do I really want to get that countered? Not so much.
Yeah, I would give you. You're not going to give him total cover, but I will give him partial cover for you, kind of like standing in front of him.
Okay. Awesome. Great.
Give our lives for this man.
Mm-hmm.
For our captain.
Oh, Captain, my captain.
Oh, Captain Mike.
Well, thank you there, Micah.
Oh, dear God.
No, it's not your go.
I mean, I had a very similar idea. So if I stand next to Micah, can we up that cover more?
Get on her shoulders.
Not on the shoulders,
We're
but
playing
like
chicken.
from multiple angles. There's two boats. There's two potential angles these shots can be coming from. We both bodily sacrifice.
All right, fair enough. I will give you guys, but I will say you have no cover then.
That's right.
But yeah, you are giving Captain Dusty Smokey total cover.
The man driving the boat who's the only one who knows where we're going. Yeah, I'm all right with that.
That is very fair.
That's true. You can drive well, but
I
you
can
don't
drive
know
well.
where
I
we're
do
going.
not know where we are going.
Yeah.
That is why I've not taken the controls from him. We have not done any of this. He is the only one who can get us to where we need to be.
And so boat number 2 is going to start. Sorry, boat
can
number
I
1.
do something else?
Yes, you just moved. Yes,
Yeah.
please go. That was one charge that got hit.
Yeah, I was thinking basically trying to decide between shooting one of these barrels and just shooting one of these boats.
So the barrel will definitely do more damage if the boats are in range.
Right, because it's 3d10.
Yep.
But I also have a 2d8 plus 5. So that's pretty good too.
Right. And so you could also fire at the driver or the gunner as well
Yeah.
to take them out. Obviously, if there's no driver, they're not
Yeah.
going to be able to stay up with you. If you shoot the gunner, they're just going to be able
They
to
can't
follow you.
Shoot me.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
that is also something you can do. You can attack the boat.
What
you can
is,
attack the
from
people.
just a quick scan of the situation, we don't have to get super into it, relative difficulties between those things?
You would probably have the best chance at shooting at the demo charges. Right now, it seems that has been taken them a little bit by surprise.
Can either of these demo charges hit the already damaged boat?
The already damaged boat? Yeah,
Yes.
sure.
Okay. In that case, I will fire on the demo charge that can hit the already damaged boat.
Okay. Roll to attack.
19.
19 hits. Roll for damage. That's 3d10.
Okay.
And this is, of course, the boat with the Inquisitor on it.
Yes.
That's right.
Sick. Hell yeah.
Yeah. Okay. 18.
Another 18 damage.
Yeah. 4 plus 9 plus 5.
Okay. So one demo charge goes off on one side of the hull, blasts it pretty bad. You notice that it starts to list in the water, maybe even starts to take on a little bit. The second one goes and the hull crumples. The front part of the boat buckles in on itself, and the platform that the machine gunner was firing from falls into the water itself. It is clearly no longer capable of driving. You only have about one who is already a little bit farther behind left.
Cool.
Great.
Now it's boat one's turn, and they're going to take some shots at the whatchamacallit.
This noun is particularly critical.
Yes.
Boat.
I was thinking about
We're
the
gonna take some
boat.
shots.
They're gonna
At
turn.
the
They're gonna shoot
Inquisitor.
at
Yeah.
the Inquisitor.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Uh-huh.
we know what you meant. Roll your dice.
I'm actually going to have them do suppressing fire.
Okay.
What are they suppressing?
Their
Uh,
emotions.
Our urge to kill.
So suppressing fire, let me see if I can. Some heavy guns can be fired to suppress double the usual amount of ammunition is fired in one round, and every target in front of that weapon that is not under hard cover is automatically hit for half normal damage. A successful evasion saving throw eliminates this damage. I'm going to say, since Claire really hasn't moved up yet, she is unable to be seen, and Captain Dusty Smokey, who is currently being covered by Nona and Micah,
That's right.
aren't seen. But you guys,
Also, did Claire go?
she hasn't gone yet. She's the last in the,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
For some reason, I thought the boats went twice.
Automatically hit for half normal damage. Okay.
Sure.
It's a
Okay.
lot of dice.
Yep.
It's 3d6. So I rolled a 13.
Okay.
So
Alright.
that is 6 damage.
We roll evasion,
Yes, I'll roll evasion.
and we're trying to roll above our number.
That is correct.
Gotcha. Gotta check every time.
Actually, it's 7, isn't it? We normally roll up for damage. Do roll up.
I normally round down, but
Yeah, all right, 6. Just wanted to do a little bit more damage.
no, that's fair.
Okay.
I got my evasion saving.
Oh, and that does do like 2 damage to the boat.
I succeeded.
I passed also.
Yeah.
Hit
Okay,
the deck.
so that's eliminated for both of you. Kirsten, Nona, did you?
Yes, I passed it.
Okay, so everyone passed.
Everyone passed.
Yeah.
Except for the boat that took 2 damage because of
Boat,
its 4
dodge
armor.
better.
It can't
Are
really
we
evade saving
allowed to
throw.
dodge, given that we're also covering for a man?
A reasonable
Or can they
question.
take
You know,
Can
that
they
is
take
a
them
reasonable
down?
question.
Not that I want me to get hurt, but it just feels like if I dodge, then it's gonna hit him.
What if they
Yes,
block the what if
it
they-
will.
Okay.
So I'm going to say
I'll
you guys
take it.
have to take the damage.
I'll take
Otherwise,
it.
Captain Dusty Smokey will take the damage.
I'll
What if
gladly
they
give
catch
my
the
life for my
bullets?
captain.
My
Catch the
teeth.
bullets
Yeah, they
in your
catch
teeth?
all of the bullets in their
All of them.
in their respective teeth.
That's right.
Then I'm sorry your teeth are destroyed, but you saved Captain Dusty Smokey.
Good
That's all that
character
matters.
choice. Good character choice.
So that was 6 damage.
Yeah, 6 damage.
Okay.
Cool.
It's just a little tickling for Micah. Claire's going to go now, and there is still 1 charge left. So she's going to take a shot at that last one as boat number 1 passes it. And she rolls not well enough. She hits the water right next to it, and that is her go. We're back at the top of the order. You have noticed that as soon as Claire took a shot at that one, that last demo charge before everything passed by, there was a swerve by the boat itself. While you guys might still be able to hit with like a 12, there is going to be a saving throw that the boats get from now on to reduce that damage.
Cool.
All right.
All right, we're back at the top of the order. There are no charges left to fire. The last one just floats harmlessly down. Well, not harmlessly. It still has an explosive in that barrel.
Probably harm someone at some point.
Chekhov's demo charge barrel.
3 years later, a barrel floats by and we all go, oh no! And then it explodes in our face.
Wow, isn't it weird that the prison is built over this river? Has anybody ever thought of, whoa, the barrel? Just when we needed an escape.
All I'm thinking is Gandalf like, look to the west.
Just a barrel.
And a barrel just bobs down and just taps against the wall, and the entire wall just explodes.
Don't give away the twist ending.
All right.
When do we meet Gandalf?
Who is this Gandalf?
That's like several arcs away. You'll meet him eventually though.
Okay.
And then he's got a whole like gray to white kind of storyline with him.
Jeff,
It's
just
really
make
cool.
just make the boat go.
Alex, it's your go. You start.
What happened to Captain Dusty Smokey?
He goes after
He
you.
is
does he go
bleeding.
after me? Oh.
He goes after you.
Yeah. Can you actually all make a quick wisdom? Actually, it'd probably be an intelligence heal check.
Intelligence heal.
Yeah.
Interesting.
The other
Oh,
thing,
well.
I rolled 3d6 and dropped from the list. 11.
5.
4.
Not the worst.
This man has been shot. He is unwell.
Yeah. You don't have enough. I'm not going to give you enough to give you like the actual hit points relative, but he is quote unquote bloodied.
Go.
Gotcha.
He's below 50% health.
He's running on cocaine and cocaine accessories. Let's.
I'll tell you what.
That's too many. That's too many things, Jeff. Okay,
All right.
great.
Let's top this man off. I'm gonna use the psychic accord to heal him up a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
and I can do this from touch range. Like I can run up there.
Yeah.
Okay. Then I will commit additional effort to make this a tissue integrity field to also affect everyone within 10 meters of us.
Does that include Nona?
No,
No.
we've decided it doesn't.
Yeah.
All right.
But
So
it does include Micah.
It does include Micah. All right. How much healing is that?
That will be 15 points of
Ooh la la.
He's looking great.
He's fine.
He's fine.
Jeff, we can do simple math here.
Like
we
my
know how much
sciatica.
damage you took.
Ooh, buddy. You got more of that stuff? Actually, my cocaine's starting to run out.
Oh, well,
Oh, geez.
that's on you.
He's got one hand on the steering wheel, draws out another line.
No, focus here, please.
Separate compartment pops out a smaller smuggler's hole that just adds three
lines of cocaine.
Yeah, that's right.
Good for him.
I hate to be this person, but I've just got to ask, is the Inquisitor cool with that?
Drugs?
No, the Inquisitor boat is out of the equation.
Oh,
He
they
left
can't
it.
even see us
That's
anymore?
why we focused it.
Something's about
He's
to
blurbing.
happen. I will.
Amazing.
But
Okay.
they
I
are
thought they were still like
preoccupied.
within. Okay, brilliant. I love not getting our heels counterspell.
Yeah,
That's awfully
Just
rude.
wanted to keep us honest.
that's a good call out.
So Captain Dusty Smokey, he's feeling good. He's like, "Hoo boy!" as he starts to rev the engine once more, and he does better this time.
Yay!
Look at him go. The other one does a whole lot better though than he does, and they are able to keep chase. Still only one escape point between the two of them.
Drive better, old.
Well, one of them. It's the Inquisitor's turn now, and one thing that you noticed as the second boat seemed to just be completely destroyed, the front half of it just fell off, the front part.
Yeah.
You see the first boat passes by this boat, and the Inquisitor leaps, has like almost an inhuman leap from one to the other. I'm going to make them roll for that.
Thank you.
Fall in the water.
Fall in the water.
They don't fall in the water.
Dang it.
They do just fine. And they land pretty hard, but not necessarily, they don't fall off or anything like that. But I'm not going to give them the chance to pop back up with their mag rifle and take another shot. Boat number 2 is still on its boat number 1.
Yep.
The first boat, the second boat was the one that you destroyed.
One boat now.
I
it should
know.
be really
Just
easy. It's the
the
one
boat.
boat.
Now it's just
the
boat.
one boat.
Micah, it's now your go. There are currently no charges in the water.
Yeah, I think I'm going to try and heft some more out to get in this boat's way.
Okay, how many? You can do up
Yep.
to 3.
Yeah.
It's
So the
either
idea
you
being,
do 3 and that's your whole turn, or you do 1 and you can also shoot at it. Was that the
Yes,
idea?
That's the idea.
okay, yeah, I think I'll do that one. I'll try and place one so that it'll hopefully maybe hit the boat.
Okay.
I know they're going to try and swerve, but I'll try and shoot it.
All right, sounds good. You toss in one of these demo charges, heave it over the side of the boat. You take a shot out with your kinetic rifle.
And that is a 24.
24 hits, it explodes, and the boat itself does another little jerk away. And I'm going to say 10. All right, okay. 10's going to be enough for them to have the damage.
Okay.
All right. And that was 3d10.
That is 3d10. And 18 was pretty high for both of you guys, huh?
Good.
3d10.
Okay, well, I got
only one die turned
27
out.
on that damage. I rolled really good.
What was that?
27 on the damage.
There you go.
Get him.
Got 10, 9, 8.
Oh boy.
Bomb beat boat every time.
This
I guess it's
feels like-
5.5 is the,
Yeah,
the
exactly.
expected value.
Exactly.
So you
So 18's like a little bit over that.
Yeah.
It's not a lot over.
so that was 20
27.
Seven.
27.
And then
what I
Look at
rolled,
that.
so half
Okay.
of that.
So half of that is down to 14. 13.
13.
The boat took quite a licking to that, but it does not appear to be slowed down just yet. But there are some very clear scuff marks on the side.
You messed up the paint job with
You
your
did.
bomb.
It can buff it.
It not enough for structural damage. You fucked it up pretty good.
Oh, you fucked it up.
Oh, look
Pretty
what you
good.
did.
Like the quartermaster's going to be like, "What the fuck did you guys do to the boat?"
Ah, you messed up my car.
Stupid.
And so it is now Nona's turn.
I think given the fact that they get an evasion saving throw that halves it, I think it actually is more advantageous for me to just shoot at the boat. Can I do that?
Keep in mind that they will have some armor, but yes, you absolutely can just shoot at the boat.
I think I'm going to try and shoot at the boat.
Okay, shoot at the boat.
Shooting at the boat. 27 to hit.
27 hits.
I got a 19 on the die and I'm using my cool sniper rifle.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, 27 hits. Roll for damage. This is not a heavy weapon, so it will be reduced.
Fair. 13.
Okay.
Given that it is not a heavy weapon, what does it get reduced by? Do we know those rules or is it dependent on armor?
It's dependent on the armor, but I don't know if
that's
you
fine.
necessarily would know that. So I'm going to hold it back, for there's a little mystery.
Cool.
But you did take a shot right at where the demo charge blew up. And
That was the goal, yes.
Yeah. And you did see that the shot ripped through the hull. And it is a bullet hole. So it's not huge, but it didn't seem to do a whole lot. Like you do see like black smoke start to come out from behind, clearly messing a little bit with the internals. It does appear to be moving at half speed now, though.
Cool.
It's gonna blow up in a little bit. If
That's
Grand Theft Auto's
Black
taught me
smoke.
anything,
That's
when
right.
you got to get out that car.
And
See that person fall in the water.
who am I going to shoot? I think they're going to realize that the suppressing fire didn't work out too well to their advantage, and they're just going to concentrate on the people who are currently blocking the driver right now, which is Nona and Micah.
Sure.
But they can only shoot one of you, and
So difficult.
But they can only shoot one of you.
who am I going to choose, Micah? I'm going to choose Micah.
Good.
All right.
Does a 24 hit?
Yes, that hits.
Hee hee hee. Ho ho ho. I get to do this amount of damage to you.
Don't sound so excited.
Aww. It's only 10 damage.
Gloating, Jeffrey.
Oh, I'm falling asleep over here.
Was it worth the rhyme?
It's Claire's go.
Apparently not.
What's Claire going to do? Oh, I think she's going to try a thing. Yeah, she's going to try and do the telepathic assault. She's aware that this Inquisitor has the capacity to go against her, but she starts pushing, trying to attack the driver of the boat. And you see her stand up on the side of the boat, and the metadimensional light starts to flash from behind her eyes, and you see a similar flashing all the way. I guess you wouldn't necessarily see it, but we
know in our souls.
You know within your soul that there is a mental battle that is going on here between herself and the Inquisitor, until eventually she has to stop and kind of swears under her breath. And you go, "Oh no, Claire, where'd you learn that kind of language?" But that is her turn.
All right.
Certainly we never taught you swears.
And we go.
Fuck.
Like we.
Watch your fucking language.
Young lady.
Swear to God, if you don't kill that man, you're so grounded.
Turns out she does not have the same constitution as Micah does. And so she does not nearly have the same amount of, whatchamacallit?
System strain.
No.
Do we get to know
effort.
how much
Effort.
effort she has?
Yeah, let me tell you.
That's all right, Claire. You're bleeding them out.
That's what I was thinking, right? So we would know.
Yeah.
She has total effort of, she has decent effort. 6.
Wait, that's how much I have.
That's
Oh,
exactly
That's
how much.
literally that's
I
like
guess.
with the extra focus I took. That's a lot of effort.
She's taken metapsionics, which has given her more effort.
Ooh.
Okay.
It actually gets through.
All right. Yay!
Glad we
I'm
asked.
now glad I made you look that up.
Yeah, no, that's good. That's good. How many freaking? That's a lot of damage.
That's a lot of
Let's
damage.
go, Claire.
We blew up this boat.
We knocked a guy out telepathically.
He gets a saving throw, doesn't he?
He does, but it's only to like half the damage.
Yep.
Uh,
And so maybe it doesn't matter. You have been
I should just
telepathically assaulted.
I saw
You've
this
been hit
frontal
by-
cortex in half.
yeah, it's 66. Let's see if he saves.
Just too busy doing math.
He doesn't save.
But he would have found that very funny.
I'm sure I would have.
Mhm. It's okay. You can hear it when you're listening to it later.
Goddamn
Something to look
Claire.
forward to.
That's right.
It's a lot of dice. That's
Jeff's playing his own game now.
That's 20 damage. And you see the driver, and then all of a sudden you don't
He
see the
just
driver
doesn't have a head
anymore.
anymore.
No, it just explodes. No,
I know.
he seems to faint from behind, and
Nice.
you notice that I'm going to give you guys an escape as they try and figure out what the hell is going on. But as this basically happens, they notice that the boat is starting to slow down. The Inquisitor alerts the Silence Operative who is running the gun to get behind there.
Nice.
And you see them jump up and get up onto the boat. And you see the Inquisitor then step into the gun. And we're at the top of the order.
So the Inquisitor doesn't want to drive then?
No.
He made everybody do like a...
That's awfully presumptuous of
Okay,
you.
what does this individual look like, Jeff? You've said body armor and literally nothing else.
Yeah, because they're
we
far
did not
away.
get a color of eyes. We did not get length
They're
of
wearing a
hair.
helmet.
To know his body
Yeah,
armor.
they're just armored
fair
and
enough.
cloaked.
All right, fine. Cloak and dagger. In that case, they
They identify as a threat.
identify as a bastard. Genderless.
I like they identify as a threat. Yeah. Alex, we're at the top of the order. It's your go.
Hell yeah. Let's chuck another barrel.
Are you going to shoot at the barrel or are you going to just prep a bunch of barrels?
We're going to prep a bunch of barrels.
That's 3 barrels. We got 3 barrels. It's the Cap's go. Captain Dusty Smokey,
Drive, man,
is.
Drive.
No.
No.
He's focused.
You rolled 2 1s.
Oh, Captain.
We've got to get him more cocaine
And
stat.
the other guy rolled 6 and a 5.
All right.
Okay.
Well,
Well, they add up to the same number.
Jeff is showing
They
us his
don't.
dice as if like we would not believe him.
1 and 1, 11.
That's
6,
right.
5.
Tie goes to the
11.
runner. Everyone says.
Captain Dusty Smokey is trying to lose them, but is unable to, even with the fact that their boat is currently damaged. It is now the Inquisitor's turn, who is going to... What are they going to do? They got some stuff they can do. Oh, not from this far away, though. Yeah.
How much effort did they burn?
All of it,
Hell yeah.
as far as you can tell. Or at the very least, they let go at some point because Claire's effort
It's
did eventually go through.
Because Claire's awesome.
Yeah, they're just going to shoot at you.
It happens.
Quitter.
So they take the machine gun and they train it where it was before, right on Micah. And there's something there. Can you all make a wisdom notice check for me, please?
One of these days, I will wisdom notice something.
No. That's not Nona's thing. If she's not looking for it, she's not going to see it.
You get a 6.
That's a 5.
Oh,
God damn it.
Just squeaking in front of me.
This
all
12
these-
from
I got another
Alex?
12,
Yeah.
Nona and Micah don't notice this in the heat of the moment.
We'll
but
be over
Alex,
here
you
being
can
the human
tell,
shield.
Mhm.
maybe because you're a little bit closer near the back end of the boat as you're tossing in barrels. But you see this Inquisitor take aim and then do like a double take. They take aim like right down the sights and then they look away from the sights and kind of like back up. And there's something imperceptible about their expression because it's masked.
The ring. You're like, oh, the expression on their face. It is it is an orb, basically.
they're trying for a trick shot.
Kill shot. That's a
But
kill
they're-
shot. They turn the entire thing
He
sideways.
spanned 360 degrees.
There is hesitation there. And when they go back and fire again, they fire at the boat itself.
God damn it. All right.
Quitter.
Why don't you stop trying to hit me and hit me? And they completely miss. They're off by several yards, actually, as sprays of water kind of go up the starboard side of the ship. And it is now Micah's go.
Gonna call out to the Inquisitors. They're like, that's all you got. You ain't shit, buddy.
Oh my
And-
God.
I'm gonna shoot at them.
You're shooting at them?
I'm gonna shoot at them. I mean, their boat is like slowed down, like pretty fucked up, right?
Yeah.
Not
In
gonna
fact, it will be
overwhelm at
slightly
Thanksgiving.
easier to actually, it'd be slightly easier to hit the boat. They're still going to have the same AC, but yeah, you can try and hit them.
All right. Just want to rub it in that we went 1 for 1 with each of them. 16 to hit.
16 does not hit.
Whatever.
They got some
For
heavy
some
armor.
weird reasons, there's just some emotions there that just you don't know. I'm just kidding.
I hate your boat. I hate your mask. I hate you jumping out of water.
Chris, do you want to say something to me?
You know exactly what I want
Yeah,
to say.
I've picked
Maybe
up on
say
it
it
at
out
this
loud.
point, but maybe like we don't need to spoil the ending.
No,
honestly.
that's completely fine. That's
No,
completely fine.
it's
We're
not
good.
your go.
Okay, and it shoots one of the barrel-y things.
Oh, yeah, because there are several in the
There's three of
water.
them in the water.
Yeah, to make an attack roll.
19.
19 will hit.
Cool.
They got another 10, so they have that damage.
Total of 12 on the dice.
Okay. The ship's still going, but it is starting to putter. There are some not so good sounds coming from the engine of that boat. It is now Claire's go, and she is going to take a shot at another one of those charges. Here I go, playing with myself again. She hits.
You always choose the worst way to word these things.
I don't know what you're talking about. Okay, they have the damage once more. Man, I've been rolling well for their saves. And it's 3d10, right?
Yes.
For the demo charges. Okay, that's a total of 13 damage. That'll be enough to do it. And so once more, another demo charge goes off, and the boat, struggling as it is unable to move out of the way, and it catches it on the side, and clearly you see a gaping hole within the ship, and the engine that you once could hear coming from behind you shuts off completely as it starts to flood. The boat itself does not immediately sink, but it is not long for this world as it slows to a halt and you guys start to drive away. And we are out of combat now. Is there anything you guys want to do before you make your getaway? I'm going to take that as a no.
Nope. Sounds good.
Yep. Better luck next time, nerds.
Nah.
And after probably about another 15, 20 minutes of driving, just to make sure that,
We weren't followed.
that you've lost their trail.
I don't think anyone noticed us.
Captain Dusty.
Smooth as a whistle.
Subtlety, just like our faithful captain's middle name.
I'm pretty sure you shot there was
So many explosions.
5 major explosions.
So many
We
explosions.
shot ghost-like through that checkpoint.
After a while, Captain Dusty Smokey takes the throttle back and starts to put it down into a lower gear as he goes, "Whoo, boy. That was a little too close. But we should be good here on out. There's too many waterways in here, and so there doesn't make much sense for them to put up any more checkpoints. But might be good for you all to get in one of the barrels again, put on them fake tops until we get on in to the place we're going."
Okay, yeah. Is this like, are you worried at all about like what happens when you get into the port, or are you getting into like a secluded port?
Oh, we're not going anywhere where there's other folks around. It's a safe house.
Okay.
I mean,
Should I be in a barrel now too?
If you want.
if we bump into anyone else, won't they probably have talked to the folks who were just chasing us? Like, wouldn't they be on the lookout?
We jammed their communications device.
We did that.
If you guys want to stay out of the barrels, you can.
I
I
mean,
was
look,
just saying for the sake of being safe.
You know what? Like, I don't want to be in a barrel, but we can be.
Safety's my
safe.
middle name.
There are fewer. What?
Wait, hold on.
Captain Safety Subtlety Smokey.
Wasn't Danger in there at some point? Did I?
Yeah, Captain Danger.
Danger is no longer part of my name.
Retired that when I was
Danger
okay.
Safety Subtle Smokey.
Wow.
Wonderful. Okay, great. I mean, there are fewer barrels. We unfortunately did toss over a fair amount of barrels. But
Did you throw out the radioactive ones?
You know, I don't think so.
You
Would've
probably
had
want to
to-
wash your hands if you did.
Would have had to open them to put a bomb in it, right?
Yeah.
I'm not counting the right number of radioactive ones.
So one of them was. So wait, was one of the barrels like made out of a radioactive material? Because that's the only thing I can think of.
Well, it
That's
had
like-
radioactive materials within it.
I didn't like take anything out of any of these barrels. I don't think.
Well, I cleaned them out.
I'm
Yeah,
pretty
you
sure
opened it
that
up.
happened.
Dear Lord.
Okay.
Cool.
Let's find the Geiger counter.
Maybe
Let's
just wash your
find-
hands.
Let's find the comforter. I don't know if it's just.
I'm
there.
starting to
That's
come
probably a good
down.
thing anyway.
Real hard.
I'm getting real sad.
I'm just gonna drive now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nobody talked to me for I need like 2 hours. Oh my god. All right, I'm gonna wash my hands.
So you guys, it's not too much longer. It was about midday when you guys hit the jet point, and it's starting to get to about dusk. A couple of more hours of driving. Driving? Sailing?
Yes. No, driving. It's
driving?
only sailing if you're wind powered.
Fair enough. Driving on the waterways in your boat. You're not hassled again. You don't see any sign of life. Claire and Mike are not familiar with this particular area of what it might entail, but eventually you all find your way as the river itself starts to grow tighter and tighter. You actually took a turn up one of the many rivers that kind of all feed into the main one, and it gets tighter and tighter until there's only a handful of yards on either side of the ship, and eventually you enter a little, what is it, like lagoon, basically a small open pond, and he directs you towards a little ramshackle dock as you pull up to it, and he kind of moors and probably gets help from some of you guys to moor up against it. You see this rickety dock leads up into carved stairs into the side of this cliffside, and you can't help but notice that additionally there seems to be little holes within the side of this rock face with light coming out that you are able to see more and more as the sun starts to set. And he says, "Yeah, I got it here. You all can head on in," as he starts to check on the damage to his ship.
Okay.
All right. Well,
Thanks for the lift.
Yeah.
No problem. Happy to do it. A little exciting, but happy to do it.
And that's all from Captain Dusty Smokey.
You'll never see or hear from me again.
Can I take the barrel of our stuff with as well,
Yes.
or is that
Yeah,
okay?
yeah. This is
do
the
that.
time to do that.
We have unloaded the ship.
Okay. As you guys start to unload, you notice that a couple of figures appear in the doorway at the top of the stairs that are carved into the side of this cliff face. And you all recognize Isis and Freya as they poke their heads out. Isis, as you guys remember, kind of the leader or the de facto leader now that Von McRaven is captured. She is a telekinetic like Micah. Tall woman with a muscular athletic build. She's got a straight black hair that sits in a chin-length bob that frames her soft and kind face. And I really had fun with these.
I was about to say, are you reading your own descriptions or are you making fun of Philip here?
No. These are my own descriptions. I'm
I only
making fun of
made
my
up
own
the names.
descriptions.
Fair enough,
And
fair enough.
Freya, as you remember, another member of Micah's gang, little terrorist cell. She is a metascion and a telepath. She's a pale woman with sharp features. Her beach blonde hair sits in a braid over her left shoulder. The deep blue accents on her outfit seems to suggest that she's aware of the meaning behind her name and decided to leap headfirst into it. And Isis is the first one to speak up and say, "Micah, Claire, Nona, Alex,
Captain Dusty.
Captain," as she kind of just like tries to slip that one in to, say that she said hello, but oh, you didn't hear. Like, how are you guys doing? You guys getting all right?
Hey, yeah. We ran into a couple Inquisitors on the way in, but we're good. We shook them. Yeah, it was all fine.
Yeah.
When you say that, like a couple of Inquisitors, you see Isis's face just kind of drop a little bit. And she's like, "Yeah, they have a lot of them as of late, a lot more than we thought that they ever had in their numbers. We kept decent track about them and their movements because they were the trump card of the chancellorship. But yeah,
Yeah.
there seems to be more of them as of late."
Do you think something important's going on? Or
And she kind of taken it back. I'm sorry. Is that an attempt at a joke or sorry? Is that a
No.
joke?
Yes.
Oh, good. Yes. I think there might be something important going on. I'm just saying that these are more in their number than we ever really were aware they ever had.
Mm.
Yeah, no, for sure. Like the whole blockade we ran into was way harsher than we thought it would be. But here we are. Yeah, what are you guys doing? What is this place? This looks pretty cool. Don't think I've heard of this before.
Yeah, this is one of the children, the acolytes of the ends, safe houses here and there. I get them confused. Stop looking at me like that.
After all the years we've spent together, Isis. How could you?
Insight check.
It was me all along, Dio.
I got an 11.
Is it Dio, Jeff?
It is Dio.
You legally have
is
to
Dio.
tell
It
him.
was Dio all along.
Man, we hard pivot into a JoJo campaign. I'm so fucking down. I'm so ready for it.
But yeah, an acolyte's, little safe house. We try and keep them on the down low. They really only pass between, different cells, leadership here and there. But we're starting to build out a little bit more of them as we move more and more into Ostia. But yeah, come on in. We'll get you guys settled and we'll give you guys the down low.
I bring my barrel.
Oh, that's how you. Yeah, let me take that. And you see, as you were starting to like pull off some of them, Isis just kind of grabs like 3 of them and starts to levitate them in the air and pulls them along with her.
So yeah, I don't know if you've had the pleasure of getting smuggled in. Like, there's a lot of barrel experience that we had getting in.
This is something that we all had to go through. Some of us several times, and it's just a riot, a real hoot. He's marked the radioactive ones now, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Sort of.
Yeah.
Some of them say sandwiches on them, though.
Zuri had a time, let's say, and Kainan had to do a little bit of radioactive purging.
Yeah.
So we made sure he kept track of them a little bit better. But all right.
Has anybody else made it in yet? Are we the first?
Oh no! I mean, we've all been planning for our next steps. So I'll be honest, I wasn't entirely sure if you guys were going to be able to make it. Yeah, not to jump the gun, but we've got a plan in motion to try and spring Vaughn free in about 3 days' time.
Oh,
All right.
But yeah, we got Devas and his group here. Dorian Gray.
the
Asked,
Dorian Gray.
The Dorian Gray.
Oh.
She's an interesting person. Quiet, that one. Doesn't really talk too much about things. And yeah, anyway. So that we've got this gang.
I feel like we got in a couple words out the
Yeah.
That's because we're friends.
Oh my god, magic.
Yeah, we know her pretty well. We'll have a chat.
So yeah, we'll get you guys settled. Actually, Zuri and Titus are actually out right now. They're doing a little bit of a recon around you don't know this person as you start to look through your notes. Don't worry about it. I'll tell you about him
I
later.
was like, Titus is not one of mine.
No, Titus. Sorry,
Check.
Titus is one of Davis's. A pretty good precog. Yeah, just and she directs this mostly to you, Michael. Davis's group is a little bit more devout to the effort when it comes to the whole idea behind, actually following this path.
Yeah. No,
Their team can be they're good. They're really good at what they do. But
for sure.
Just prepare yourself.
Yeah, no, we've met Devas and a couple of his crew before. Yeah, there's something.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Ellie's all right though. She's a fun one. Anyway, so let's get you guys in as she starts to pull some of the barrels that are just chock full of your stuff into this little abode.
I take out my giant ass sword. Not in like a, not like I'm
And
gonna
I
kill
stab
people.
Isis.
Put those
No.
fucking
I've just
barrels
been
down.
waiting. I've been waiting to like be able to have this on me again. We're very proud of this.
I'm just
sword.
thinking of like
This
a
is
magic
mine now.
trick because I don't really feel like
It
the
would fit
sword
in a
would
barrel.
actually fit
That's
in this
right.
barrel. So you just start pulling it out and it just
goes-
keeps going up and up
It was
and
actually
up.
the way we figured it out is we took 2 barrels,
Yeah.
we put them end to end, and we just put them in the corner
you kinda, like,
and hope
stacked them?
nobody would notice.
Duct tape them together.
That's right.
The blade of the sword had actually stabbed into the boat. We put it in the barrel blade first.
That's
and so
right,
it
we
just
just
buried
dug
it
it all
down
the
It
way
there.
stays
down.
there.
It was a rudder. It helped. Yeah, no, I want my giant sword because it's cool.
Yeah, and
And for no other reason.
she invites you into this cave dwelling, and you notice that it appears to have one large open room that actually has some furniture kind of set up within it, and several hallways that are parallel. One that kind of goes to like a living quarters, kitchens, dormitories, kitchen and like bathroom and stuff like that. And the other side to a bunch of bedrooms. Then the bedrooms themselves are nothing fancy, really just kind of a cot and a footlocker, but they're enclosed and separate from one another. And as you guys come in, you notice that there are several people sitting around a table looking over a bunch of maps of what you would assume to be the local area of Ostia. You see, obviously, Isis and Freya already you saw, but Kainan as well is there. You see Davos and Ellie talking about one particular area of interest. A man stands next to them, a grizzled old man, long white beard and bronze wrinkled skin. He is missing his right ear as he kind of sits in the corner, sipping some green tea. And then additionally, you see Dorian Gray, who is whittling away at a piece of driftwood, the start of a stag appearing in her hand. And Isis comes in and says, "The conquering heroes have arrived." Well, maybe not exactly
What
the
did we
conquering
conquer?
heroes. It was I don't know. It was the Micah and friends.
Yeah,
Sure.
and I'm gonna make my armor and my I-beam visible and hold it up. We're like, "Woo, hey, we didn't warrant this, but we're getting excited."
And-
shoot into the air.
Go.
And so you get some nods around. Davis and Ellie clear to be pretty enthralled in the conversation. The man in the corner does like a little wave as he continues to sip his tea. And Dorian Gray kind of like glances up and does like one of the head nods. It's one of it's the up one, not the down one.
Okay.
She knows us.
Yeah, exactly.
Throw a shot.
But Kainan comes up to you guys and gives Micah kind of like a slap on the shoulder and a hug.
Yeah, hey, Kainan, how's it holding up?
It's going all right. We've made some pretty good strides. It's been a while taking a look at the place that they got Vaughn in, but I think we've got an opening. And Isis
Okay.
starts to speak like, yeah, I guess we can just hop right into it if you guys want, like just to talk a little bit about what's going on here. How much are you aware of the current state of Orsimian civil war?
Yeah, well, we know that they moved up the timeline for everything. Obviously, it's why we're here, and that so we've got a little more of a foothold here in Ostia, right? I guess we're kind of lacking some details.
Yeah. So Ostia is the last bastion of Children of Silence power. Actually, some of the outer cities, Ventios and a few of the other ones have started to, let's say, reject the authority of the chancellorship. And so things have definitely started to move that timeline up. They're moving Vaughn in 3 days. And we've got an idea of where they're going. We know they're moving him and a couple of other high-ranking prisoners. We got a plan. We've got an idea that they're intending to move them as part of a plainclothes convoy with a couple of support boats. And so all we need to know is what route they're intending to take. Once we get that piece of information, all we need to do is set up an ambush along the route. We can hit the boat pretty hard, hopefully do the ambush in such a way where we can kind of teleport in, get a few folks out, at the very least deactivate the boats, and then make our getaway as they try and deal with like the rubble and stuff. That's the hope.
All right. Have we got Zeri on that intel right now? Or how are we trying to get that?
Well, yeah, that was something that we were just actually discussing. We've got a couple of uniforms, Silence Operatives, and we were intending to hit up an outpost nearby. We have reason to believe that that's where the convoy is going to be leaving from. They're hit from that outpost. They'll go to the prison, and then they'll make their way into Principal. We got a couple uniforms. We were hoping to get some folks in, snoop around, see if we can find some information, get in and out pretty quietly.
All right.
So not us.
Subtlety's not always our strongest suit, but I think we could rise to the occasion.
Yeah, that was actually something we were a little bit worried about. Dorian Gray's free. The group of us are taking one last look at the protection. The rest of our crew is planning to take a look at the prison itself and see if there are any things within that vicinity to see if we could get in before the move or like strike right as it happens. And Davos and his crew are actually taking a look at Principa right now to see the coronation, because if we're able to get Vaughn back, we might be able to do like a little 1-2 punch, hit them right where the coronation, and topple this thing once and for all.
Yeah, that's the hope. I think we can do it. And so in the course of this conversation, I did move over to Freya a little bit because I didn't have time to say hey, and just like give her a little squeeze in her hand and nudge like hi.
She nudges back.
We're busy right now, but hi.
Yes.
Yeah, for sure. So so tell me about this place that we want to raid then.
Yeah, it's a Silence Operative outpost. As far as we understand, there's no Inquisitors currently stationed there, but that information can be, wishy-washy at best at times. We have some concerns that they might have some technology that is capable of alerting to any use of psionics, which makes it a little bit harder to get into. And it also means that Zeri obviously can't just pop in, pop out.
Yeah.
And so we were intending to maybe send along, I don't know, Freya or someone like that. But Isis kind of takes a look at Freya and says, this kind of, subterfuge is not really, very much our style either.
Mm-hmm.
Very much a hammer looking for any problem as a nail. And this one definitely requires some kind of scalpel.
Yeah, maybe. I'm sure you've talked to her a bit, but maybe we should chat with Dorian Gray about it, because that's definitely more up her alley.
Yeah, no, we can certainly do that. Yeah, that is, something that we've been talking to her a little bit about, and she's open to the idea. Yeah, but we haven't really gotten to the whole formulation of the the plan just yet. But
totally,
it's great to see you guys. It's getting a little bit late. We're actually going to plan on having dinner in a little bit, but we can maybe talk over dinner. Some of the next steps there, and
for sure,
kind of really figure out what we need to do. But we can definitely use your guys' help somewhere, whether it's taking a look at the prison, although we have more of a familiarity with the area around that. I don't know if you guys are okay with splitting up and helping one group out another, but yeah, we can talk more about that in a little bit. I'm getting ahead of myself. Yeah, why don't you guys get settled in? Yeah, we'll talk later.
All right, totally. Hey, good to see you again.
And Isis gives you good smack on the back, and we'll do a similar thing with everyone else except for Claire, who she'll just give like a quick hug to.
Traditional smack, as we do with my people.
Yes.
Oh dear.
All right, and so you guys are currently left in the room kind of with your stuff. There's going to be dinner in a little bit, but I want to give you guys an opportunity. If there's anyone that you want to seek out and talk to at this point in time before you get down to business, I see Kirsten is kind of moving her eyes
being
back
subtle
and forth.
about it. Damn it, Jeff. This is an audio medium.
This is why I'm calling it out.
Kirsten Subtlety Nona.
That's right. That's right.
what are you guys doing in the meantime?
I mean, we all know what I want to do.
I mean,
but
I think
will.
What do you want to do,
I
Kristen?
want to go talk to Dorian Gray and show off my cool sword.
I think we have a couple good reasons to talk to
Fair
her.
enough.
So I'm up for
We
it.
have like 12 different reasons to talk to her.
Yeah.
I've got 3 pages in my notes about conversations to have with Dorian Gray.
Okay.
Alex, do you have any?
Nothing in particular, no.
Okay. Yeah. So you guys, I assume Nona kind of like looks at.
Nona's actually
for
was only
permission.
half paying attention to that entire debrief about like, here's the things that are going to go on. Because she was still freaking out in her head about the head nut.
Mm-hmm.
That's where we're at.
Fair enough. And so, yeah, you guys, I assume Nona kind of like takes a look at Mike and then a look at Alex and kind of goes like, does like a little head tilt.
Yeah.
And then just, if you don't get anything,
I'm
you
going to
just walk
start
forward.
walking.
Yeah.
Unless someone stops me.
Nope.
And Dorian is whittling away and she takes a look up and says, "Hey, how you guys doing?"
Hey, not too
Chilling.
bad.
Jay chilling.
Just chilling.
Just chilling.
No, Jay.
No, Jay. Sounds good. She continues to whittle away. Says, "Jordan, let me know that you guys have something for him. I can send it along if you'd like and give you the money if you have it."
Yeah, I think we wanted to ask about that.
She looks up and says, "Sure. What about?"
Do you know what Jordan Donahue paid us money to go research?
Can't say that I do.
Uh-huh.
Do you guys?
Decide.
Can you make a charisma notice check? Everyone who wants to do the quote unquote insight check.
Yeah. Notice her charisma.
Oh, yeah.
I got a 4.
Double 6, baby.
Oh, Jesus.
9.
Total of 15.
Oh, my
shit.
God.
What'd you get?
I got, I got 4 on the dice, so I actually got a 5.
Okay.
I am rocking it.
Alex, again, once more, the only wise and noticeable person.
Hey.
That's not exactly the right
That's
word.
not-
Perceptive. Anyway.
Not
Wow.
only do you not notice anything, you're also boring to look at.
It's really just a double whammy, isn't
That's
it?
right.
Alex,
She
with your
isn't-
ADHD. And
She isn't being entirely honest with that answer. There was a hesitance in her response that implies like she didn't know how to answer it. Whereas if she knew the answer, she would have just gone out and said it. But there was like that almost an imperceptible pause before she said, "No, what about it?"
okay.
Are there other people in this room right now?
Yeah.
All right. We should maybe go somewhere and talk.
Yeah, I was thinking that too.
She kind of shrugs and says, "Yeah, sure," and takes you guys to her own room. Again, these are like army cots, basically just like a glorified hammock almost, and like a foot locker. There's actually not a whole lot of space, but she sits on the bed, and you guys can kind of just like crowd around the rest of the room.
We're all we're standing there
Yeah.
looking down at her.
She's like, "I don't like this," and then she stands up and leans up
Then it's
against the
slightly
wall
better.
too. Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
So what? Something you wanted to talk about?
Oh, yeah, just Jordan Donahue was asking us questions about the travelers.
Okay.
Yeah, this old group. I don't know if you've heard of them.
I've heard him talk about them before. He definitely has, some interests. Don't really know what about.
Yeah.
He's interested, not you.
Yeah.
So anyway, yeah, I mean, we do have some stuff for him. We came across this like really old preserved library on Demos where there was like a lot of cool stuff. Also a lot of death.
A lot of death.
A lot of death.
Yeah, robots are eating people who got too close.
Yeah.
But yeah, we found a
Metal.
comic book and some
They were
like a couple
actually,
other
yeah.
things that were pretty interesting. Yeah. We'll kind of
That's
hand it
fair.
over to Nona.
Yeah, no, and like Nona is like weirdly self-conscious about this at this moment. And she's just kind of like, yeah, there's just this mention of like, I don't know, there's a couple of powers in here that just sort of seemed familiar.
We found a comic book.
We found a comic book.
We
Like
found
a
Traveler's
comic book.
#1.
We actually
in
found
mint
the
condition.
entire Traveler series.
So like a
I
really
have read it
specific
3
comic
times.
book.
There, as soon as you say a comic book, there's like a level of interest that comes from her, and she says, "Sorry, a comic book? I thought these were
Multiple comic books.
multiple comic books."
Lots of comic books. The
From-
entire series,
It's
really.
a series, yeah.
Pre-Scream.
What Jordan has said to me is that this has been like a historical thing. You found comic books about it.
Oh, comic books.
Yeah, Travelers #1 through #20
That's right.
by author J.D.
That's right.
Salinger.
Oh, snap.
That's a name. Do you mind? You have those?
We
on?
have the copies. I think someone else
made
kept the
copies.
originals.
Ah,
But we figured copies would be good enough since we were just
which is
looking
just information.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we also came in like barrels, so I don't know if we want to shove comic books in the barrels.
That's right.
That's
Like,
true,
they're back
sure.
on the
Comic
ship.
books,
Okay.
yeah.
And so I pull up on my data slab, so it's bigger. I'm like, yeah, there's this one, and who
And
can-
she starts taking a look and says, "Yeah,
The first appearance.
could you can if you want to give it to me, I can pay you guys for them, and send that along to Jordan. He doesn't want to talk too much about where he is right now. He's doing very big important things around shipping and stuff like that to really try and undercut the Orsimian chancellorship, but you could send that along to me and I'll pay you guys for it."
Totally. Yeah, so, I mean, we were just a little curious with you remember where we kind of left things off on Jade?
you
the
cut your hand
unresolved
off and threw it
tension.
in the ocean.
Try and flip to the Eternals page.
Yeah, no, exactly. We're scrolling and we're like, this one right here.
The first appearance of Mr. Hand.
So like you understand where we're coming from, right?
I'm sorry, you're gonna have to be a little bit more clear. Are you saying that I'm the same?
Is this you?
Yeah, is this you? Are you like really, really, really old?
She kind of like takes a look around and does like and she takes, there's not even like doors necessarily, and says,
Hey, we were the ones trying to be private about this. We are fully on board.
Just freaking,
Insight.
Also,
she is having the time.
so I can't help but notice you didn't say no, you're crazy, which is usually what people say to me when I'm wrong about things. So,
I don't know what I am. And she kind of sits down on the bench, not the bench, the bed, and says, maybe is the best I can posit. I ran into a description of the Travelers a while back now, and they the descriptions of some of the things that they did seemed applicable to my own situation. And as she does this, like she's like tapping the metal of the bed of the cot, and she says, "I'm at least 600 years old."
You could never tell.
That's a very specific number, Jeff.
It is a very
We have
specific
so
number.
many questions for you now.
I say you look great.
Thank you.
Sorry,
Memory.
that got me. Okay, I'm good.
I've been keeping track of what I've been doing, but yeah, I can heal a lot of things. Memory's not one of those things that really works very well. Turns out, the human biology wasn't meant to survive more than, decade, maybe a decade and a half.
What?
I'm sorry.
And
What?
then you just
Sorry.
peter right out.
Century.
Century, there you go.
Original.
Okay.
15, that's the max.
Everyone after 15 is already dead.
Sorry, child. You've lived a good long life. Say goodbye to middle school.
Century, maybe a century and a half. I can't. There's things that I can remember here and there. The more I think about them, if I really focus on them and, do some routines, I can keep them in my mind for the most part. But I've been around long enough that I've probably forgotten more things than you guys can remember. No offense.
None taken.
Yeah.
I don't remember a lot of things.
I can't remember anything before 600 years ago.
Neither can I.
Do you, like, Jesus, do you remember the scream? Or like right after it?
I remember the aftermath.
Damn.
It's not pretty.
Yeah.
The first couple of years, I think, was when most people died. City infrastructure collapsed. I was on Arisiame when it happened. Was already an adult of some amount, but woke up to basically a world on fire.
So kind
Been
of,
there.
it's
Yeah.
true. So it kind of was like as bad as they all say.
Yeah. Turns out when your entire society depends upon a subset of people, and all of a sudden those subset of people either die in an instant or go irreversibly insane, that society itself kind of collapses.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's what we heard, but I've never heard of first-hand account before. So crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's memories that I don't. I mean, it happened 600 years ago. There's certain things I try and remember. There's things that I wrote from back then that I don't even remember writing. It's like reading someone else's story. I was hoping to learn a little bit more about myself. She just pauses for a hot second and says, fuck.
So you asked Jordan
About
to
that.
find out about the travelers, or
And she takes off the mask and looks you all in the eyes as her face starts to shift underneath her skin and it gets pulled and warped.
Oh, God.
you held eye
color.
contact through all of this? You don't have
And the
As
eye
you
eyes
see-
contact.
changed too.
As you see Jordan Donahue with Dorian Gray's body in front of you and says, I asked you. So it seems like we're on the same page here. We don't have to do this charade anymore. I do hope you understand that if you let this get out, I will kill you. And there's nothing that you can really do to me. Lord knows I've tried. Okay?
Oh, that's sad.
So we're going to keep this on the down low, right? And if I hear any of this, start to get out.
No, for sure.
We're
Sorry.
great
So-
at keeping secrets.
With this Playboy billionaire was Dorian Gray
The whole time?
I think we were all kind of waiting for it, and that was still. I'm sorry, don't mean to.
I
Like
thought
that was
you were
really
just
gross.
really good friends.
Who share a diary?
Diary.
We are very good friends that share a diary because it turns out
I'm sorry, we read your diary.
Yeah.
I don't know if you knew that you were.
As we were saying it,
they
I think, I
tilt
don't know.
their head and they're like, that makes some sense.
Yeah. You left us there. What are we supposed to do?
It was right there.
And
High five.
they put their mask back on and they say, yeah, so I've got the credits. Can you give me that stuff? And I would really appreciate if this did not get out. It turns out this has gotten out in the past, and the chancellorship, they're very interested in this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Took me a good several decades to get out of that one. Don't really want to spend it there again. So gonna keep this, on the down low, just between us, right?
For sure.
Secrets.
Cool. All right.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, yeah, we like you. We hate them. Not trying to spread any of this around. No problem here.
Yeah.
You are so cool.
Yeah, you're
You're
pretty
fucking cool.
chill. And that's
Yeah.
honestly, that's like the biggest point you can have in our book sometime.
All right. Cool. Sorry. This is new to me. Someone hasn't figured this out she kind of like
We
takes
gotta
a look
consult the
down.
diaries again.
Maybe
Oh, it's gotta
maybe you
be-
should let more people closer to you. You should let more people into your heart, and then just
Coming
like us.
from Alex.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
right.
If you had more best friends like you do with us, I'm fucking with you.
Oh, I see. Yeah. It's
wanna
been
be best
Nobody,
friends.
no, okay, no, I'm sorry. 2 people now have not been able to identify a joke. And I keep a tally, and this is really high for me.
And she
I
says,
wanna be best friends.
yeah, no one's figured this out for at least since, Chancellor Austere took power. So was that over 50 years now?
I don't know.
Micah knows.
Yeah, about 50 years.
Yeah. So I would like to read that if you don't mind. Don't have any records of
Yeah.
before times, whether that is me, whether I'm some kind of, I don't know, offshoot, or I don't know.
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, we'll send these to you, but that's what they're here for. It's like, yeah, we found this comic book, and it's like, oh, it's some old comic book. Who cares? But there was like some very specific stuff, which is why we started paying more attention. It seemed like it kind of overlapped with some of these other books on like meta-dimensional space stuff too. I don't know. We can chat some more sometime, maybe.
Yeah, I have to do a little bit more research, but there's definitely seems to be some kind of correlation to what I am and
But yeah.
that metadimensional plane, so to speak. There's a unique relationship there that I haven't quite figured out yet.
Sick.
Anyway,
So yeah, we
Wait just a minute. You
Huh?
don't have a sister, do you?
no. That was me. I got cut in half.
Oh,
I am so sorry that I pressured you into fighting the guys who cut you in half.
I gotta say, I can heal again. I still feel pain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That one stung.
Top 10? I'm sorry. that was really a knee-jerk question.
I'm very uncomfortable.
But I'm very curious.
That's up there. No, that's the weird thing is like, the first part of it is awful, but then,
the cutting.
well, the spine eventually gets cut and then you don't feel your legs anymore.
That's good to know. That's good
But
to know.
like, it's a weird feeling, kind of like, not to get into graphic details, but you're the one who asked, like pushing
I just
yourself.
said top 10.
back
You could just be
in.
like yes or no. That's really
Nona
gonna
is listening
I'm
with
gonna
rapt
say-
attention.
I'm gonna say yes.
cool. Yeah.
so they're like,
Organs touching air
A
stings.
little too far again.
Hmm.
But I understand. Yeah.
I think I answered my own question because we asked last time if it was like a starfish thing, but it's not, right?
It's not a starfish thing.
I mean, it can be. It takes a while for me to
There's
grow
two
that
of you?
back.
Wait, because you were like cut like pretty in half.
Oh, I see what you're saying. No, it seems that my consciousness keeps where my head is
Okay.
for the most part.
All
So
right.
yeah, though I grew new legs and picked up the old ones.
Oh wow.
And threw those
That's
in the
crazy.
ocean
All right.
next
That's
to the
about
pile of hands.
all I've got the
Wow.
stomach for there. So
I found,
cool.
I found it's a really easy way of
Disposing.
disposing of my own body parts.
Okay. Well, we can send you the comic book,
Yeah.
the digital copy. And we have the originals again on our ship. So after this is over, we can.
I thought
right?
what's his face kept the originals. Tony.
Oh,
Did we
did
made
give
those
him- I
copies.
thought we gave him
Tony?
copies.
I thought he took scans.
We
instead of
lost
scans.
the originals.
I'll be
a
honest. I don't care about reselling these things.
That's not the question. Like,
I
I meant more
own,
like there's-
Donahue shipping. Money is not an object. I
Okay.
mostly care
look at
about
this.
Oh,
all right.
Oh,
So rich.
Big
We can
person,
airdrop
yeah.
it to
Okay,
you. All
okay.
right.
Hand me the
Import,
freaking USB
export,
stick, and I'll give you your
exports.
500 credits.
okay.
You know what? I'm generous. I'm going to give you 1,000 credits to also buy your silence.
You don't have to.
Well, you can take
Yeah,
give us
yeah.
the money. Yeah,
We'll
it's
take that.
all you really need.
Yeah.
Best
You
friend.
don't have
that's
to
fine.
buy my silence.
All right, I'm here, and I don't have to buy the silence.
You don't have to buy Nona silence. What?
No.
All right, so
They just said money is
I
not an
reduce it
object.
by 25% then because I'm paying all of you off except for her.
Claire?
I want the money.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right then.
She hands you guys 1,000 credits.
All right, cool.
Thank you.
Into the group fund with you. Unless people want to
says-
take their individual cuts.
No, I can
Nah,
go in the group fund. That's
it's
fine.
fine.
I don't care about money.
We're terrible mercenaries, you guys.
The problem is we just have so much of it.
That's right. Well, we spent a decent amount that one time, but
And as you guys are counting out your 1,000 credits, Dorian says, "Oh, here's someone coming." And not too far afterwards, Isis pokes their head and says, "Hey guys, dinner's ready. We can talk about things." As she kind of like looks around this very cramped room of everyone kind of like pressed up against the wall, and Dorian Gray kind of sitting down like,
Okay.
something happening in here?
Nope, we're just finishing up. Everybody hands in. Team on 3. 1, 2,
Dorian Gray will put
3.
her hand in.
Team!
No, meeting's done.
All right, cool. Well, let's go and get dinner. And you guys will get dinner next time.
Yay!
Finally.
We did it.
You made it
Do well
here.
enough for food.
We earned our supper.
We earned our supper.
Please, you haven't fed us in 3 weeks.
2 more hours of podcast.
David's been sitting in the dark.
Make more jokes. Talk before we start the session.
I've told you every 2 episodes gets you a chicken nugget.
Oh, I do so love the chicken nuggets.
Oh, they should like, God, so